All right, for this partial grade, the portfolio consists in explaining how to do a graph on GeoGebra. So let's start. First, I'm gonna use a function that I've already chosen. So it is f parentheses x. It's equal to minus squared um minus 2x plus 24. All right, so here we already have like a parabola. Let me just zoom out. All right, so here we already have a parabola. We'll have it in blue so that um, we can like distinguish it. Okay, so what we want to do is tell if it opens upward or downward. Look at the domain, the range, and the vertex, the y-intercept, and the x-intercept. So, okay, I'll show you how. First thing what we're going to do is we're going to show the function in the graph. So by going over here in configuration, and then in basic, you go to the visible etiquette, and then you choose name and a value. So there you go. We already have this function over here. It's kind of small, but it's what GeoGebra gives us. Okay, so next up, we'll have to say if it opens upward or downward. So we're gonna go over here and choose text. Okay, so here we go, text. So since the function is negative, it opens downwards, and as you can see over here in the graph. So as a text, we're gonna write it opens downward. Okay, and we'll just get fancy and write or not. Okay, so next up, we're gonna have the, okay, we'll leave it as is. Okay, so it opens downward. Then we're gonna have to find the vertex. So the vertex is where the line stops. So to graph it, we're gonna need to type over here, since it since the function over here, if we divide it by the formula that we were given by the teacher, the vertex would be equal to minus 1 comma 25. So if we want to graph it, we are going to have to type y, it's equal to, no, x is equal to minus 1. Right. And to distinguish it, we're gonna change the style to a dotted line and change the color to red. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, so here it's where my mouse is, that's the vertex. In order to write and draw a point where the vertex is, we're gonna go over here to interception, and we're gonna click exactly where the vertex is. Okay, now that we have a point, we're gonna left click it, right click it, and go to configuration. All right, over here we have name. Since it's vertex, we're right vertex. And here, the same as the function, we're gonna go to visible etiquette and change it to name and value. All right, so we have our vertex over here. Now we're going to our y-intercept. Okay, so here it's the same as the vertex. First we need a line in order to cross the parabola. So we're gonna type y is equal to 0. Right. So let me see, y is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0. All right, there you can see we already have a cross by the both lines. Okay, so let's zoom in, and here same so that we don't get confused. I'm gonna do it another color, probably red still. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. So next up, we're gonna go to intercept again. We're gonna click exactly where the function tells us to, and it's exactly where x is equal to 0. So this is the y-intercept, since you can see that the line goes through the x equals 0 right here. And also by the formula looking at plus 24. Okay, so we do it again as we did with the vertex. We change name to y-intercept. Okay, and we show the visible etiquette as name and value. Okay, so y-intercept is equal to 24. All right. Next up, we have the x-intercept. Okay, so that's when the x we did before comes in handy. The y equals 0 comes in handy. Okay, we go back to this one, configure it so that we don't get mixed up. Use the same color. And yeah, that's it. That we have a line to intercept. So with each parabola, mostly there are two x-intercepts. In this one, we can see it over here and over here. All right, so to graph it, it's easy as we already made it. We go to intercept, we choose the intercept where it intercepts. We go to configuration, name, x1, we're gonna name it. And same name and value. Okay, so we can see our first x-intercept is -6 when y is equal to 0. Okay, next up we have the second value for x, and configuration, name, x. Since it's the second value, we're gonna have x2. And same visible etiquette, name and value. All right, there we go. And you can see it's 4, 0, -6, 0. So we basically have almost done the points that we were required in our graph. We're all left is that we have to write the domain. So we're going to go back to text, double left click it, and I'm going to write domain. And the domain is all the x's that go through the parabola. And since it goes through every single x, as you can see over here, it goes on and on, and in this line it goes on and on. So it is minus infinite, since it goes to the left from 0, infinite. I don't have the infinite sign in my keyboard, I'm sorry, so I'll have to write it out. And to infinite. As you can see, it is to the right from 0. Okay, that's the domain. Now we're gonna do the range, and that's for the y. Range, as you can see, it goes downward, all the way down. So range is same infinite because it never ends, minus infinite since it's down from 0, minus infinite to 25, since that's where the line tops, the vertex, and it is equal to 25. Okay, so that's it. Now, as you can see, we already have the way that it opens, the domain, the range, the x-intercepts, and you can move it around as you wish. These lines, you can erase them at the end or not. It depends on what you want. I don't really have any inconvenience with them, so I'm okay. And the function over here. Same, you can switch it up as you wish. I just like it on the left. There you go. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching this kind of long video. I'm sorry.